You okay? I don't have food. Hi, Min. Hello, my little girl. Hi, God. I'm starting to feel stressed. Just stressed. Hi, Ray. Maybe it's because you should see the state of my room right now. Like, it's scary. I was like, let me just go live before I clean my room because I'm procrastinating it. You don't want to see what's going on in my room right now. Hi, Amelia. How are you guys? I'm going to get ready on live. And then I'm going to clean my room. My grandma wants me to do favors for her. Phone calls and shit. Actually, speaking of, maybe that's why I'm, like, kind of anxious. My grandma, she spent her whole life, like, you know, she didn't really work. And my grandpa always handled everything, especially when they moved to the U.S. My grandpa was, like, doing everything, like doctor appointments, insurance, bills, everything he was doing. And she just was cooking. Literally, that's it. And now my grandpa's having some health issues. Like he's not himself anymore and he can't really do anything anymore. And my grandma doesn't know how to do anything because she never learned. Like she doesn't know how like doctor appointments work or bills, and they're getting all this mail and she doesn't know what to do with it. And so she's asking me and my mom to deal with it. And then it made me realize that I also don't know how to do anything. Like she asked me to call the doctors and tell them about something about insurance, and I was like, I actually want to help, but like I genuinely don't know how it works. Like I don't know what to tell them. And then it made me think, like, I don't know how insurance works, like what the fuck. And then there's probably like so many other like taxes and stuff. Like my mom usually does it for me, which means I never learned, which means like when I get married, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to learn eventually, but it just made me stress out about like everything I don't know that I should know at my age. Thank you so much, Amelia. I mean, he's good. He's just like losing his mind a little bit, but he's like 85. But like physically, he's good. Hi, Alchemist. Hi, Eric. I'm actually not maintaining my nails. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks since I got them done. Look how grown out they are. And I went to get them done yesterday. They were closed. So I'm going today. Maybe not would never take off. And so yeah, that's all I have to share. I need to do my skincare. Also, it's hot as balls here. This morning I set up my LTK. Oh no, I didn't set it up. I just had a meeting, like with LTK. Like I don't know. I got an email. They were like, "Join our Zoom," and I was like, "Okay." And I learned a couple things about it. The next step, is that a movie or a series? I'm Lebanese. Oops. I actually don't know what I want to do with my nails. I was in between doing French tip, which is my favorite, but I also really need to save money because I have a trip coming up. So I was thinking of just having her like take off this, because this is dip. Take it off, and then I get them done myself tomorrow because my nail salon is right next to work and I have to go to work today. Okay, Amelia. Maybe I'll remember. Maybe that plane would never take off. Thank you, Amelia. So yeah, what do we have to talk about today? Maria unadded me on Snapchat. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. But I think it has something to do with her mom and her joining my live. She got in trouble or something. Or something. Where's my... Damn, guys. I'm actually not gonna get up. I don't feel like getting up. I haven't used this SPF in so long. I don't even know if it's still good, but we're gonna do it. It's the Kosas. Let's see. Looks good. It's SPF 40, and I love that it's tinted. I love tinted everything. And also I love these two colors together. Orange and pink. Any shades? Chef's kiss. Hi. I did too much, and I feel like my face is gonna be oily. I'm like, I don't know, is this considered glowy or oily? Like, I never know, like, the difference. Because I know that glowy is, like, the trend now. Like, it's not matte anymore. But, like, there's a fine line between glowy and oily looking. Maybe that thing would never take off. You know what, guys? I'm uncomfortable. Something's just not sitting right with me, physically. Does that make sense? Or no? My room is so messy, I'm gonna cry. What do we want to talk about today? Actually, I'm gonna do my makeup for work. I have work in like I can't do math. Let's do some 6 hours. But we're gonna do the makeup right now. Right now. People are actually not being weird today. They've been weirder. Trust. Amelia, what'd you do today? Wait, remind me how old you are. I was driving the other day and I spied with my little eye some trees turning yellow. I was with Josh, actually. He was like, oh my god, look at the trees. I was like, no, I don't want to look. I don't want to see it. I'm just not ready to see it. But another part of me is also like, I love fall, but I hate that it's so short. Like, our good fall days maybe add up to like a week or two. Like, I swear that's it. Because it's either like really hot day where it's like you can't even be outside like it is right now, or it's like really, really cold, or like a windy, you know? But it's so pretty here when in the fall. Like, it got me looking forward to fall. And I'm like a summer girly all the way. But yeah, now I like fall. I just hate that it's lasts so short. And then after that is the roads become black because it snows and then it rains and then the cars drive by and then it becomes muddy and then oh, it's so disgusting in the winter. Oh my god. I'm really not looking forward to it. Eric, where do you live? My friend just texted me, beach today, question mark? Of work. We could go, but no, I don't feel like it. San Diego. San Diego is really pretty. My grandparents used to live in San Diego. Beep boop. Beep boop. Boop boop. Beep beep. Maybe that plane would never take off. Ella, I don't know how you say her last name. Langy? Langy? She canceled her tour for some health issues. And now her song's stuck in my head. Duh. What's your favorite part of San Diego? Where are the girls, the mods? I know Maria's not here, but where's like Bahini, Selma? Should we keep the makeup light today? I think so. It's really hot. Yeah, the beach is nice. Really, I do like matcha, but I'm like more of a coffee girl because I used to have matcha, like matcha powder, but I don't know. I feel like I never really perfected the recipe, and whenever I'm out, I'm like, I'd rather have more energy and get a coffee than a matcha. Like I feel like whenever I'm getting a matcha, it's for the vibes. You know, it's to get a little something to sip on, something fun. But it's not like I'm not replacing like coffee with matcha. No. And like strawberry matcha is becoming a thing now, which I love. I love some strawberry matcha. It literally tastes like a dessert. It's so sweet. So that's fun. Do you drink matcha? I don't have like the thingy that's wood that you like froth it with. I used to froth my matcha with like the automatic frother. And that was no fun. I feel like, yeah, you need like the whole setup to really like have a good matcha, because I feel like you'll enjoy your matcha if you have like a cute setup and if you enjoy making it, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have like a little coffee hook when I get a house. Little coffee station. Hi, Erica. I don't know. I feel like I should start making my Pinterest for my house. There's no plans to buy a house, guys. Okay. I don't feel like doing my eyebrows today, so we're just gonna real quick. Let's see, what else has been on my mind lately? School. I'm excited to get back to a routine. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I like having things to do and places to be. But I don't know. Like, you know, a little bit about. Also, 2 people I know, like in my real life, found my Instagram and started following me yesterday. It really irked me. Like, I had like this impulse. I was like, no, I need to block them. But at the same time, I'm like, it's more suspicious if I block them. So like, I mean, they chose to follow me. You know, I feel like that's better than, because I'm sure people I know have seen like my videos and just like sent it to each other and made fun of me, which I don't care about. But I don't know, when they follow me, it just makes it like more real. And I actually like don't really care whenever what do I eat in the morning? I had ham and cheese this morning. Hi, Michael. So yeah, I don't really care whenever people I was friends with or I know from Lebanon seeing my stuff, but I don't like when people in the US see it, because like 99% of the time I'm in the US. So I'm like, ugh, these people like see me, like run into me. People in Lebanon, it's like they kind of like exist in an alternate reality, you know? So I don't really care about them. And I go every summer. Hi, Gnath. I don't feel like opening Roblox right now. If you see the state of my room, you'll cry. You'll cry. Should I give you guys a sneak peek? Because I'm real. I call myself a de-influencer. I'm not an influencer. I'm a de-influencing you. Keeping it real. Laundry. I don't even know what's going on over there. And I don't know what's going on here. And, oh, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought. But, yeah, the floor is dirty, and I have my books over there. Oh, that's fun. Hi, Olivia. So yeah. What else am I gonna do with my face? I bought a setting spray, this one size setting spray. I love the one size powder, but I don't know, setting sprays are just not for me. Like, unless like, I don't know, it's not working. I don't know. What do I do for a living? I'm a student right now. I'm going into my 4th year of psychology in university, which is my last year. And I'm also a fitness trainer. I teach like, I don't know, 5 classes a week. And I work part-time in a restaurant. I serve and bartend. What time is the live finished? I don't know, when I feel like it. That's what I do. Hopefully this time next year you're gonna ask me what I do for a living, and I'm gonna tell you social media and modeling. I really want to dabble into modeling. I don't know what kind, but hi, Maria. But I don't know, I honestly, like, I started social media because I always like, I don't know, I've just like, actually I saw a reel once, or like a YouTube short. It was like, if you're a pretty girl and you're not capitalizing on your looks, you're doing something wrong. And I was like, and that's when I was like in between of like, I really want to do social media, but also like, who am I to do social media? Like, I'm just like a regular girl. And like, I was like, oh, it's too embarrassing. Like, who do I think I am? I actually don't know how to do anything. And, you know, all those like self-destruction thoughts, or whatever they're called. And then, like, you know the story. I was friends with someone who did social media, and they encouraged me, and now we're not friends anymore. And yeah, now the next steps are modeling. What's up for today, Michael? My friend texted me to go to the beach, and I really want to, but I have work in 6 hours, and the beach is half an hour away. So I'm gonna say no. Josh, I'm gonna replace your pinned message. Don't cry. Hi Trey, how's your costume going? Yeah, that's a good question, Michael. I always just say, I say the G. I usually say Gnath, yeah. What's up, Maria? It's done? Did you do like the hook and everything? Josh is crying, yeah, I know. He's probably like hitting his head on the wall right now. Thank you, Amelia, I appreciate it. But I don't know, another part of me is like all my brains and I'm gonna be a model, but then another part of me is like, I don't know. Or maybe like not like a full-time model, just like a few shoots, just so that like I can say I did it. I just want to say I did it, you know? Okay, Maria, I hope everything's good. How do I divide all that time? I actually love talking about this. I love like everything. Bye, Maria. I love everything like scheduling and stuff. So I'm gonna give you very details. Okay. My classes in the gym, I teach them in the morning so that I can bartend in the afternoons. Okay. So my schedule starting the end of this month is gonna be like this. Monday, 7:30 to 8:30, I teach a body balance class. 8:30, I come home, I shower, I do a live, I get ready on live. That's killing two birds in one stone. Building my social media and getting ready for the day. Okay. And then I'm done with the live stream, and then I have classes from 11:30 to 2:30. Okay. Yeah, so I go to class, and then 4 to 9 I have work. So during that day, I made money, I built my social media, I got ready, and I worked out. That's how you do it. And then Tuesday, I teach 8 to 9, 2 classes. They're both half-hour classes. Same thing, get ready on live stream. Classes 11:30 to 2:30, and then go to work. And when I don't have work, I'm doing homework, or I'm hanging out with friends, or I'm also training for a marathon. But I have my schedule for the marathon that's working really well for me right now. How old am I? I'm 21. I don't know how I used to have time for a boyfriend, honestly. I look back and I'm like, well, I guess when I had a boyfriend. Hi, Cynthia. When I had a boyfriend, I really didn't hang out with my friends. Which I hate that I was that girl, but I was. But hi, Jocelyn. Now I'm really worried about what my schedule is going to look like next year because I don't really want to get my master's because I don't know. I want to be like really ambitious about it. Like what I want to do for a living. And right now I'm really not ambitious about anything like that, to invest all that time and money and energy. Thank you, Cynthia. It's from Amazon. Give me 2 weeks and I'll be able to link it in my LTK because it takes a while to link both accounts. Yes, talk about yours and put your YouTube name down so I can subscribe. Thanks, Ren. Stop. Okay, so we're gonna do setting spray. I've been holding it for like 10 minutes. I probably did too much, but it's hot. Michael, what if I get my master's in the wrong thing and I invest all that time and all that money and then I end up not using my master's and hating what I do for a living? Then what? I know I gotta get some kind of master's, but also like, I don't know, I feel like the bachelor's is like what you actually like need to do. So I'm doing that. And I think, I don't know, I'll just see where life takes me next year. And then, I don't know, a lot of people take gap years. And I didn't take one gap year. Like, even my sister took a gap year. She took a gap year to be in the military, which is not the same thing, but... Okay, let's see what Tasha has to say. If you reflect back on the relationship, you learn something. I'm sure the way you started out together with him, with the energy. Yeah, and also I look back and I wasn't in the right mental state to have a boy. Like, I don't know. I feel like I got with him, with that specific person, because I was like avoiding something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like self-reflection, working on myself, and it's just easier to get a boyfriend, you know. Thank you, Ren. But actually yesterday I was thinking about this, and I was getting, so we have like frozen yogurt here. Can you talk more about your crush? You're such a girl. You're such a girl. I don't have a crush right now. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I feel like doing a couple small things feels way more rewarding than having one big job, you know, but it's also not as stable. Is that in Lebanon, Jocelyn? I've never heard of it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yesterday I was getting frozen yogurt, and I had like an old friend that used to always take me to Menchie's when I was sad, and yesterday I was kind of like in my feelings, so I went to Menchie's to feel better. That's what it's called. Wait, Michael, I can't read that right now or I'll lose my train of thought. And then I was thinking like, okay, it wasn't an old friend, it was my ex-boyfriend. Okay, whatever. You got me. And so he, for my birthday, I think it was like my 18th birthday, he did like a whole, I don't know what you call it, like, where like you had, like he wrote me a few letters and he hid them places like that were special to us. And like he gave me the first one, and he was like, he wrote something that he liked about me, and then he gave me a hint on where the other one is. Like he said like, I'm hiding the next one in blah blah blah, and then I would guess it, and we would go to the next one and it was already hidden. Like he put so much time and effort into it. Like looking back, I didn't give this man enough credit for like everything he did for me. And then I was thinking about him, and then I started thinking like, well, one of the letters was at the frozen yogurt place, because we used to go all the time together, and he like put it under the bench, and then we went there and someone took the letter, which is like, why would you take a letter? Like there wasn't anything in it, it was just words. And yeah, so then I was thinking about that letter, and then I was thinking about how this person, like when I was with him, I was not in the mental state. Like he gave me more than I gave him, which is like sometimes how it is because of where you are in life and like how your mindset is, I guess. And when I was with him, like, I don't know, I feel like he deserved better than what I gave him at the time. And then I was thinking like, the same thing happened with my ex-boyfriend. I gave him everything and he gave me nothing. But yeah, sometimes you go into people's lives to just like make them realize something, and people come into your life to make you realize something. But anyway, the person that did all of that for me is my favorite ex, by the way. And he has a girlfriend now and he's happy, and I'm like so happy for him. Like I want nothing but the best for him. And he's actually like, I don't know, ever since like we met when I was like 17, and he was studying to be an engineer, and he literally would take like 5 classes, and he had like a full-time internship because he was supporting his family because his dad got deported and his mom was like cleaning, and it was just like he had the biggest heart ever. And now he's working for Apple in California. Good for him. Good for him. Or like something like he had an internship with Meta during the summer, and now he's working for something else that's even bigger. So I just love to see good people get what they deserve. It takes effort, patience to reach your goals. Yes. No, I know. I let it go, and I love him. But not like that. You know, I don't think I ever loved him like that. I just like saw him more as a friend, which is like every guy's nightmare. No one wants to hear that. But yeah. Other than that, I have some exes that I'm like, I hope. No, actually, I genuinely don't have it in me. Like, I can't ever say I hope you don't get what you want in life. Like, I can't. As much as there's some people that I hate, well, no, I don't hate him. I actually don't know if I hate anyone. Maybe like Netanyahu. But like, there's a lot of people that I really, really like can't stand. And I can think of like one of my exes that's like that. And maybe I'm saying that because I know that he's not doing well in life, and that doesn't make me happy, which gives me some reassurance because I know that I'm a good person for that, you know, like, okay, good. It's good that I don't wish someone like bad, you know? But at the same time, if I saw him, like, I don't know. I just, like, when I met him, like, with his whole situation that he had, I knew that he was gonna struggle in life, which makes me sad. But at the same time, he had all the tools. He was just too stuck in his head to realize that all he had to do was just, like, lock in. And he could get everything he wanted, but some people just don't realize it, and you can't make them realize. And that's why I had to like completely cut him off, because it would always be like a loop, the same problems, same arguments, same everything over and over and over again, because he just wouldn't wake up. And you can't make people realize things that you already realize. You know, you gotta let time and experience teach them. Yeah, Michael. Wow, how did we get talking about this, huh? Guys, should I be a life coach? Vote yes. Vote yes if you would pay $2,500 for my course. Why are they so expensive, though? Can we talk about that? Why are life coaches so expensive? Like, what? I was listening to a podcast. She paid $40,000 for a life coach. $40,000? That's some people's salaries. What? That's insane. Yeah, of course, Ren. Literally, like, if it doesn't help you grow, it's like, we're like flowers. I've said this before. But if you're not growing, you're dying. Like, flowers are never staying, like, the same. They're growing or they're dying. Like, no one ever stays stable. And your environment is the number one thing that's going to affect that. And your environment is mostly like the people you surround yourself with. That's why you should consume my content. Sometimes you gotta know when to step out. Yeah, and it is really hard stepping out of someone's life. Like, people are just like, walk away. Walking away is hard, especially when that person's been in your life for so long. It's like, how do I even, like, what do I do with myself? You know? And people are always like, replace the man that you're not talking to anymore. Replace with your friends, but it's not the same. It's not the same. But only time heals. Like, literally, that's the only thing that heals. Because time also gives you, like, what's the word? Perception. It makes you realize things that you wouldn't have realized if you were still in that situation. You know? I feel like I'm spitting right now. Why are there always only 21 people in here? There should be like hundreds and thousands of people listening to my wisdom, my life experience at 21. Everything life has taught me, everything I've gone through. Let's do a little lippy, shall we? This is my grandma's lipstick pen. Like, this pen is like 30 years old, and I'm still using it. Should I knock on your door? Do it. Do it. My dogs will hear you before I do. That's why sometimes, guys, it'll be like completely quiet and I'll be like chilling in my bed at night and like no sound outside, and my dogs will start barking. And I look out the window and there's like, it's dark. So I'm like, oh my God, someone's watching me right now. And they'll just like, their barking is like insane. Like they'll be like going crazy. Like Evie starts like scratching on the window. Scary. Hi, Nate. Also, I listened to a 2.5-hour podcast of Andrew Tate. I need to finish my lipstick before I finish my thought. Hold on. I posted it on my story. Yeah, Michael. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I posted on my story. My friend has very strong opinions about Andrew Tate. And she goes, why are you listening to him? He's a blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm the kind of person that's like, when someone has really strong opinions, I just kind of like let things slide. I'm not a very confrontational person. If I don't try to change anyone's mind. Like, you have your opinion, and if I know that like you're not even open to like talking about it, I'm just gonna let it slide. Like, I'm good. I don't want to argue with anyone. I don't want to like, you know? And this is like one of the sore subjects I have. I mean, it's not even a sore subject. Like, I'm not like Andrew Tate's biggest fan, but like, people have to understand that when I when I say Andrew Tate, I'm not saying like, I love that he's misogynistic. Like, you guys, like, he has so much like business wisdom to offer. Like, the man is really successful, you know? Oh, that's cute. No, I don't really want to get married right now, but thanks. Yeah, so I literally heard Andrew Tate's entire life story, and yeah, his humor. It's really funny. He's very, like, he said it himself in the podcast that he loves like pissing people off. And it's his entire brand. His entire brand is how unhinged he is. But he also like went through a lot of things that are really sad that I didn't know about. But obviously there's a lot of things he said that I don't agree with. But that doesn't mean that I can't listen to what he has to say. Like, this is what people don't understand. It's insane how closed-minded everyone is. Like, did you guys know that Andrew Tate has a school? $50 a month. And I realized that I sound like Andrew Tate's biggest fan, and I'm really not. But he has a lot of good points. He taught me a lot. You know? Mindset. Mindset is what makes the mindset. You know? Yeah, and it's called university.com, and then he had all these like big schools, or like the education, I don't know, something. They sued him. Everyone's always suing him, and it's actually kind of funny the way he talks about it, as if it's like really not a big deal. And I was listening to him, and it also made me realize that like the more you go through, the less shit affects you. Like, Kanye West said that he likes being sued because something about like they think it's like worth his time, or he's worth their time, and he just loves the attention. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what kind of people like go to his university. But anyway, he is really fucked in the head. Like, I was listening to some things and I was like, no normal person would say that. Like, he says he's never gonna say how many kids he has. But he wants to have at least 50 kids so that he has his own, like, team of bodyguards when he's older. He wants 50 kids. And then the interviewer, well, I was listening to the podcast because the interviewer is Lebanese and I just love her podcast. Her name is Tracy Harmouche. And I don't know where I was going with that. What's your exam about, Amelia? Anyway, I don't know how I got started talking about Andrew Tate. But it's a very informative podcast. Like, love him or hate him, like, I have like a very neutral opinion about him. Here's the thing, like, everyone who's done a lot, everyone who's like really, really, really successful has done some fucked up shit to get there. People might not want to talk about it, they might not want to admit it. They've done fucked up shit. There's a guy I met, he like didn't really like go to school, you know, like he just finished high school and he's like crazy rich right now. And then like I started talking to him and at first he was like a good guy, okay, and then actually I shouldn't talk about this. And then I found out that he had to like rob people who didn't have money. He had to steal. It's like you have to live with yourself for that stuff, you know? And to me it's like your, you know, all the, well, I don't even want to say superficial or materialistic things, but it's like the status and the money and everything that comes with it, or like your dignity, your morals, your values, you know, like unless you've like worked really hard and you've like really like locked in and all of that, then yeah. But I don't know, to me it's more important to be like a good person, just like a good person. Like people say, how hard can it be to just be a good person? It's hard. Or it's like not even hard, just like, I don't know, everything in life is sacrifices. Like right now I'm sacrificing spending time with my grandma because I'm on life. I'm like, you know, I don't know what I'm saying actually. But like when you're on your phone, you should be studying. You're sacrificing a grade. When you're studying, when you could be scrolling, you're sacrificing my reels that you've yet to see. No, I'm gonna spend time with my grandma when I finish the live. I gotta make the phone calls with her. You know what? She was like, you gotta make phone calls with me and call my insurance for me. And like my instinct, like immediately I wanted to tell her, I'll take you places like shopping or whatever that my mom was gonna do for you instead of calling, because I don't know how to call. Like I don't know, like I don't understand what you want me to tell them. Like my mom can do that and I'll take you out shopping. And then I was like, no, like I'm not gonna choose the easy way out. Like I'm gonna call them and it's gonna be very tedious and I'm gonna be stressed out and I'm gonna be nervous and I'm gonna hate every second of it. But like at one point I'm gonna have to learn how insurance fucking works. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do know how insurance works, but if you live in the US, you know how much of a pain it is to call about billing. It's like you get transferred and then you have to wait like 10-15 minutes on hold, and then they ask you questions that you don't know the answers for, like what was your second pet's name? Not the pet's name, but the cousin's pet. And you're like, wait, I don't know. And they're like, actually, you're not the person that we should be talking to. Like, I'm gonna send you an email with the code. And I have a little story, so I think I told y'all about my ex-bestie. Yeah, but what's the story? I don't remember the story. Hey guys, I think I'm allergic to something. I go through phases where my entire face is like really itchy. Unless it's like my makeup, my brush. I don't know. I'm 21. Hi, Vahini. How you doing, girl? Yesterday I was on a run and I was listening to a podcast. And she was talking about like reinventing yourself. Yeah, for like content creators. And she was like, you got to figure out what you want people to feel when they're like watching your content. And then it got me thinking, and I was like, I want people to like watch my content, and then when they close a video or the live or whatever it is, I want them to like feel inspired to like get up and do what they want to do. You know, like some people want people to feel safe. Like she was like, I want women to feel safe. No, I mean, I want women to feel safe, but like, I don't know. I just like, I want to motivate people, but I also don't want people to look up to me because I feel like I'm not really someone. I feel like I'm someone you relate to more than you look up to. Maybe a little bit of both. But like I want you to get up. Like I want you to feel like you want to get up and do what you need to do. Yeah, Vahini, I was thinking of doing it once a month. But it was fun. You're so cute. It was so nice to see you. What'd you do today? Isn't it crazy that I've been talking to myself for 45 minutes? Like, I'm unwell. But it's because I can't have these conversations with anyone. Like, if you think about it, like, no one around me has this mindset. So I feel like I need to talk about it somewhere, somehow, to anyone. No, you can't have my parents' social media. No. Okay. You had an ex-bestie, and we used to hang out 24/7. We got into some argument. Yeah, that's happened with like 3 of my friends, Jocelyn. It's part of life, and it's probably gonna happen again. And this is like the time where you just break the friendships and get new friendships over and over again. That's just how middle school is, you know? It sucks, but there's gonna be better friends waiting for you. Hi, Mima. Thank you. Yeah. And then actually, fun story now that we're talking about middle school. When I was in high school, I didn't have many friends. I had a friend group that I stopped talking to. And then I had 2 friends. One of them lives across from me. And I cut them off. And that's when I started listening to self-help podcasts, and I was like, I'm gonna live the life of my dreams. And I was super like locked in my future. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get into the best university, blah blah blah. And I was like, in order to do that, like I need to cut everyone out of my life, like everyone from high school, because I don't want to be associated with them. Like I want to leave high school behind. And so I literally cut these friends off. Like I stopped talking to them. Like I haven't talked to them since then. Because I was listening to the podcast and he was like, you gotta be surrounded by people who think the same as you, or not even, yeah, just like want the same things as you, so that, you know, because they're influencing you in one way or another. Hi, Sean. And so I cut them off. And after, I think, 2 years, I realized that some friends are supposed to be fun friends. And some friends are supposed to be like, you grow together friends. Other friends are like, you know what I'm saying? So now that I know the difference, I do regret cutting them off because they didn't do anything wrong. And the way it happened was just ugly, and I regret the way I handled it. But if I could go back, I would probably obviously distance myself from them. But like hanging out once a month, going out for coffee, catching up is nice. You know, like now I have a bunch of friends that I don't want the same thing as them in life. Like I don't like where they're going. I don't know if they like where they're going. but we just like talk about other things. We talk about guys, or we talk about just not school. And then I have other friends, we don't talk about guys at all we talk about is goals and future, you know. So that's how you gotta like, you gotta accept that some friends are supposed to be those friends and others are supposed to be that, because you can't really expect your friends to be like the same as you. You can't expect them to like want everything you want in life. You can't expect them to like the same things you do, you know. And the best thing I learned is to stay with on good terms with everyone around you. Like, never leave a job on bad terms. Never leave a friendship on bad terms. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of, like, exceptions and stuff like that. But you never know. You never know when someone might remember you and be like, oh, that person might be perfect for this. Or, oh, like, I have someone to introduce you to, and that might change your life. You know? Like, you always, like, don't be best friends with everyone, but, like, be cordial with everyone. How do I know who is the best? Best friends, honestly, I don't know. The way I see it is, like, you don't get, your social battery doesn't die with them. My what are rude? Hi, JR. So yeah. Yeah. So just like be nice to everyone. And no, I'm actually curious to what I said can be perceived as rude. Oh, no, don't apologize. You guys, like, you genuinely don't have to agree with everything I say. Like, you know? No, I wouldn't, Dara, like, no. You know, like, you could like some things I say and you could not like some other things I say. Like, when did we just, like, become like this? Ugh, this is why I hate politics, talking about politics. Because it's like you gotta agree with everything, and if you don't, then you support the other side. Maria was here a second ago, but she left. And if you support the other side, you're bad. Are we about to have fun when school comes back? The best thing about Kristy... Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I know. Mods are like... I love that you guys are like everywhere around the world, different religions, different cultures. Did you have boards in 10th and 12th? No. I think they do in Lebanon with the French system. They have them younger, though. What happened with Nate? Oh, man, siblings are so annoying. Like, when you're like spending time with them, you're like, oh my god, I hate you. I can't wait for you to move out. And then once they move out, you're like, I actually miss them bothering me. So enjoy those times, Nate. Oh, Jocelyn, I was never on Reddit. Yeah, it's normal to love and hate your siblings. Wait until you go through a rough patch with your mom. That's what sucks. This sucks so bad. But when you're like over it, the other side is so much better. Like, now I consider my mom my friend more than my mom. But when I was like, and then I don't know, when I was like born through 16, she was like mom. She wasn't friend. She wasn't someone like I could just like hang out with. She was just mom. 16 through 20? No, through 16 through 19. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Would fight every day. No. And then 19 now, best friends. I love her. Like I literally like on Wednesday I'm gonna go out with her and we're gonna have a drink. So you just gotta get over that phase. Not that anyone asked about it. Nate's sister poisoned his hamster, allegedly? No, she didn't. She wouldn't. You're just saying that. Hi, Avery. Yeah, I know Reddit can be like very good to get an opinion about something because like I don't know, like I've actually gone to Reddit to see like what people think of some classes in college, and like they're actually like really honest. But then I don't know, it really depends like what part of Reddit you're in. I'm happy to hear that, Sean. Yeah, moms are amazing. I feel like once you're like an adult, you either like want to be exactly like your mom or you want to be nothing like your mom. But I also don't know what I'm talking about. No, Dara. I go to the University of Michigan. Yeah, there's definitely one parent that you're closer to. I think so. Unless your parents were super like, they do everything together. But should I be on Reddit more? I feel like I don't have the Reddit experience that you guys have. Also, I've never downloaded Twitter or X, so I don't know what that's like. You're closer to your dad? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, you can't really say I like my mom more than my dad. It's not something that is like socially acceptable. And it's like, it's kind of mean. Because, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't want my kids to say it. And I would never say it. Because it's not that someone is like my favorite. It's like, it's a different dynamic, you know? My run yesterday, man, actually it was like really terrible in the middle. But then the last 2 miles were actually really good. Like I ended up running them. But it's nice that like when you run long distance and it gets to the point where walking and running are equally as painful and you're just running because it's like at least it's gonna get me there faster. That's, in my opinion, the best part. And so I ran the last 2 miles because walking would hurt. Never go into any Reddit. Okay, here, look at my picture of me running. This is a picture of me eating my dog's face. I love her so much. So this is like a towel that you're supposed to dry your sweat in, but I don't know why I didn't think that it would be like very humid and hot, so I just put it as a bandana. And yeah, I ran with my running jacket for the first time. It's a running jacket that I got for like $30 from Amazon, and it came with this water bottle, but it sucked because as I was running, like the water bottle was hitting my stomach, and it was hitting like a part of my stomach that's like, it made me want to like throw up. So I had to hold it the entire time, which sucked. But yeah, glasses. Yeah, you like those glasses? They're from Amazon. Amazon. And I actually linked some of my stuff on my LTK, but I can't link anything Amazon because they want to authenticate me first. But I linked my running shoes. Thanks, John. So yeah, it was a good conversation today. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the live here. I was live for an hour and 1 minute. Hell yeah, Jocelyn. I know you're just saying that to make me happy, but it makes me happy. Okay, so everyone get up and drink water and do something productive, whether it's cleaning your room, reading a book, studying, anything. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.